No, I got really sick this past week, but I'm better now. It's introduction price, and we're going to go from there. Also had one guy reach out, going to do the thing. Philip had two guys, a father and a son, show up.
All right. Is that a charity thing or are they actually paying customers, bro? Who was in his uniform a minute ago? Somebody was. I thought it was you, Evan. Nice, dude. All right. We got Rob. I see you just came on. What's up, dude? I love it, man. Feel free to you guys if you ever want, like he's got some content. Use these guys in here to bounce some stuff off of as well. You got a well of people in here to get a lot of good feedback on. I know you and Aaron talk a lot, but I really encourage people in here to communicate amongst each other. So thanks, man. Christian, what's up, dude? How'd your course go?
Confident and better shooters, and he came out a more confident person. So
Man, that's pretty awesome. And next time, get a testimonial or maybe put the camera on him or something like that for a couple times, and then show them like 2 or 3 sessions from then. Be like,
yeah,
damn, look at the progress that you've made. That's like with a lot of the cats here in mobile jiu-jitsu. We noticed that 2, 3, 4 private lessons or small group lessons, they're having this like astronomical takeoff as opposed to, being out with their platoon 30-43 and freaking, like that shit's like
yeah.
1 or 2 a week, But hey, thank you, brother. I really Russ, dude, what's up, man? How are you, dude? Yes, yes. I'm so freaking stoked, man. We got another state. We have brown belt, right? We're here, man. This group is going to be an awesome 2025. We help you build stories, basically put stuff out there, and then build a network in here. Really quickly, I see shit. We got a ton of people in here to go through real quick. Gary, real quick, can we hear your business idea that you're starting, and then we'll move on.
The tools for anybody else to do the same thing and kind of have a nationwide movement of jiu-jitsu instructors who are willing to share their knowledge with law enforcement officers and law enforcement agencies under the mobile jiu-jitsu guise.
So yeah, I mean, we got to sit down and talk about like it might be better for people that have like a physical location, just because I think the way they do it is like it's only like $50 per officer, which it's still like a good like way to like give back to the community and stuff. But as far as like business wise, probably not the best route to go. But I think for like getting our name out there and like getting goodwill with the community, law enforcement community, I don't know if they would take like a mobile place. I haven't reached out to them yet, but just like doing more research on their website, because I mentioned that last week. But
Awesome, dude. Main thing, please pay attention to your operating expense and your lease agreement, whatever you sign. I love it. I love it. Sean, what's up, bro? You got our kettlebell guru for grapplers. How's business?
It's like, what's one thing that guys your age need? He's like, it would be great if it would be calisthenics first. So just, almost like a basic training type calisthenics, push-ups.
Injury prevention, yes. So the company is going well. I haven't posted much this week.
That's right. And I have to grapple both of those guys, and they smell actually a lot better since they started using.
This guy was like 5 minutes late because he was coming from the kickboxing class, and he comes over, he's in like shorts and a t-shirt, and he is soaked from head to toe in sweat, like dripping all over the mat. He's like leaving a slug trail wherever he goes. And of course, they're like, "Hey, Gary, why don't you pair up here with whatever his name was?" And it was like the first time, I'm a pretty awkwardly social guy. I was like, no, thank you. And then they made him change, which was good, but it was pretty disgusting.
And haven't seen like skin infections. But once you see a person with one, just say no right away, and you have to check with the professor and go and talk to the professor, because
teach people to box, kickbox, teach people how to fight in their street clothes, knives, guns. My last job, I did a lot of shooting. I'm active duty Air Force, but my last job, I was a soft air advisor. So we did a lot of shooting and shoot, move, communicate type training and medical training and things like that. So I'd really like to get certified to teach shooting skills and things like that. And then
good. That's all you need.
Yeah.
The main thing, don't go buying shit before you just start. Like Aaron is literally a phenomenal. What he does it's very good. And when you start with him, for the bang for the buck that you get, it's awesome. So, but you're literally here, like, you know, so, and then we got Eric's in the house. What's up, bro? Hold you accountable to your word. So we're going to bring it up. We're going to talk about it. Me, for mobile jiu-jitsu, I've recommitted to making sure that I'm very specific on that and that my messaging, I have a partner. I have two partners. Aaron, he's very specific on his messaging. He's taking a small business, really putting his hands deep in that. And then Eric is working with the app and a lot of the other areas that we have.
We talked a little bit about goal setting or resolutions and how to kind of, you know, turn a habit into a daily practice, like a quick video recap of the meetings in there. And also we got our YouTube page. We post the recaps on there, plus some gem drops. So if ever you've missed a week, you know, we're putting it up, at least highlights for you guys and a recap in the invite. So be sure to look at that stuff, and it's been awesome. So this week, like Michael said, we want to talk about accountability. It's a mind shift away from, you know, kind of a victim mentality for accountability and taking responsibility. It's making sure you're following through on your actions, and sort of what we've been building up to, truly be accountable and own your outcome if you haven't even defined, you know, what you're supposed to be doing. Again, you can't just be broad and general and say, yeah, I need to market more. No shit, we all need to. Yeah, I need to talk to more leads. No shit. Let's get specific with it. Let's define it so you can actually have a target. GrapplApp, we look at all you guys as partners. We call you guys our partners, right? Because we do care and we feel invested in your guys' business. We feel responsible for helping you implement these things, right? You came to us for the support. So it's really important to us that we follow through with that. And so we are going to make sure we're reaching out to you and checking in on you. And that is accountability, right? To each other. Are we doing what you need? And your input is valuable. It needs to be said. It needs to be heard by us. So in here, there's no imposters. Everybody in here brings something important to the table. That doesn't mean we're all experts at everything. That's also why we're here. But please, imposter syndrome is one of those diseases that will hold you back, you know, from accomplishing the things you want to accomplish.
Hell yeah. I love that. Thank you, man. Aaron, you had a couple freaking awesome mic drop moments in there. I really appreciate that. You know, I'm gonna go ahead, and one of the guys that I've known let's see, probably the longest aside from Aaron in here is Christian. So you get the honor of talking about accountability first and reflecting on kind of what Aaron just talked about, not beating yourself up for the obvious stuff that we all know we need to do, but rather the things that are going to move the ball, you know, forward.
And there's a couple areas where I do slack on the accountability part, where I'm like, I put it off and put it off, but I do end up kicking it into gear and getting and doing it. And I make content. I make sure I'm involved in my buddy's pictures. Like when I'm about to post some pictures that are pretty, it makes you feel like you have to do something, but it's all for the right intentions.
I think ownership and accountability are interchangeable, perhaps. It's all about, no matter what goes wrong, whatever happens, but it's your fault. Even if somebody else did something, like if somebody walks up and punches you in the face, right? It's probably your fault. You did something. Either you did something to put yourself in that position, you weren't paying attention to where you didn't see it coming. Like whatever happened, it's your fault. You got to own it and you got to take care of it, right? Make sure it doesn't happen again. And I think that, so I try to think about that a lot. I wouldn't let my 5-year-old daughter get away with some of the stuff that I do to myself. So I can't do it to myself, if that makes sense.
Quite often, I think that's a great example, and I think there's a lot of good to take away from Jordan Peterson and Jocko's Extreme Ownership book. I think those are both great examples.
I love that. And dichotomy of leadership is in my personal opinion an even better
role. Like that guy looks like just a tank. Like it's got to be painful rolling with him.
I got to scramble on him, and then what happened was I hit the north-south Kimura on him, and he had to do this gator roll barrel thing, a bailout for sure. and because it was tight, and I was a white belt, and he taught it to me, and it was like at an open mat or something like that. And all I remember is like as he got out, I like let go, and I kind of went like this, and then all I see was this dude Jocko go. So, and that's why I'm glad to have everybody in here, and I want everybody to know that we're going so far, and that along the way, like this isn't the Michael show or Aaron show or anybody, it's your show, but we want to make this Miata like a giant party bus. So you're going to have doors that are going to open along the way that, you know, just like Gary changed my life, right? He was my first client, my first student, right? Stuck with me for a long time, changed my life, right? So you never know the impact you're going to have or the doors that are going to open with just through mobile jiu-jitsu or just this group alone.
So a book I started reading was The Man Nobody Knew. And it's
you should. That's awesome. I was gonna say you should dress up as him as Halloween and do kettlebells everywhere, but then I was like, no, you know, I'm here. We might offend some Christians in here, but like,
yeah,
which is kind of the Napoleon Hill was the reason masterminds were started. Essentially, I think in Think and Grow Rich, it was written in 1923. Could be wrong, but the idea is, yeah, like 1930s revised, is that the idea is that anytime two people of complementary interests and goals share an idea.
No, man, I love it. Book recommendations are always welcome, guys. Don't feel like you're the dorky guy. I mean, we got a lot of good minds in here, and even if you don't read a lot, it's a good place to pick up some good habits. So, also podcasts are great.